All right, and we're back. Trash
Yes,
Talking with
sir.
the Old Heads.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. Do not forget to hit, please, that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Trash
Absolutely.
Talking with the Old Heads. Also on Facebook, Spotify, and maybe coming to Patreon very, very soon. But we'll let you know about that. Turn our attention, peoples, fellas. Let's talk NBA. All-star starters released.
We're talking basketball.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into that, whether we think they got it right or not. Let's just run it down real quick. Eastern Conference starters, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Greek Freak, Karl Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum. West, let's run it down. What I do with my West here? Of course, your boy LeBron. You know he in there. Steph Curry, Shea Gildress, Joker, Kevin Durant. So, starters, as far as the starter. We'll get into the reserves in a second. Did they get them right, East and West? You got a problem with anything?
Don't have a problem with it whatsoever. This has always been a fan vote. It will remain a fan vote for the starters. It's going to always be the most popular player with the best game.
Popularity contest.
If you don't have a problem with Michael Jordan making it in his final 2 seasons, of course, with the Wizards.
Magic did 1 year.
Magic Johnson didn't even play in the league.
Right.
If you don't have a problem with that, then you shouldn't have a problem with this.
Well, change the question then. Okay, take the fan part out of it. Basketball-wise, did they get it right? Based on this season. The fan. We know the fans are what they are. Fans like who they like.
Okay,
did they get it right basketball?
They got it right in the East. Of course, in the West, Steph would not be on that roster.
Ooh, no Steph. So,
not as far as the best players for that position in that conference. I would say Ant Edwards would deserve to be in that spot. Better record, putting up better points per game. So for me, that would be the only change. If it was just a merit-based, no popularity, the fans didn't vote, who are the best, the best 5, possibly Anthony Davis over LeBron, maybe. Maybe I could get into that, but because he's having a better season than LeBron. He's the best player on their team. The position would be power forward. LeBron or KD would possibly in the power forward position. If you're looking at points per game, KD would probably be in front of. He's averaging more points, but LeBron's team is doing better. You know what I'm saying? They're in the 5th position right now. Shout out to JJ Redick.
Here you go.
Shout out to JJ Redick. Are they in a better position than they were last year?
By a game or 2.
No, hell no. They're about 5 or 6 games.
Oh, God.
Look at the numbers. I'm going to let you pull it up and surprise yourself.
Go ahead.
But, yeah, it would be definitely Ant Edwards over Steph and possibly Anthony Davis in the starting lineup over LeBron or KD.
Jerry, you agree with his assessment?
Well, I'll say this. He made me do a double take on my West All-Star starters. I don't believe that the fans got it right. When we go to my East starters would be Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Tatum, the Greek Freak, and then Towns.
Over Donovan Mitchell.
No Donovan Mitchell.
That's retarded.
No Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell.
That's retarded.
Production wise, Donovan Mitchell is doing the same exact thing as Jaylen Brown. Same numbers.
So winning don't mean shit.
Hold on, same numbers.
You can't have the starting 5 without the.
See, that's politics.
That's not politics.
That's politics.
Cade Cunningham is probably shooting. He's taking way more shots, less efficient on a sorrier team.
Right. Thank
Sorry, Derek.
Same argument.
The best team in the league wouldn't have their best player in the starting 5. That's not how it works. That's not how it never worked that way.
You're correct, but this is a hypothetical, and I'm saying that if this man is putting up the same production as Jaylen Brown, who, that's a player we all know very well. He's an NBA champion with my Boston Celtics, putting up the same numbers. And those numbers are second tier to somebody who is, once again, being discussed in the top 5 for MVP. So Donovan Mitchell, they probably, man, now that I say that, they probably got Donovan Mitchell in the conversation for MVP, and I don't know why. Like I said, he's doing the same numbers as Jaylen Brown. Cade Cunningham, on the other hand, has the Pistons in a position they hadn't been in a long time. Yeah, they're a 6th seed right now, but this man's numbers are insane. I don't care about he has to take more shots. That's all the more reason for me to put him on, because he has to score that for this team. He's the only player on the team worth any type of value, in my opinion, especially offensively.
I'm gonna let y'all
carrying this team.
I'm gonna let y'all in on something. I said the same thing about Tyler Hero.
Oh my God!
And he shot that down. The same exact argument you made on that team for the Heat. He has to score the points.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference? What's the difference? They both on a pretty bad team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference?
I'll tell you.
Ain't no difference.
I'll tell you the difference.
Kevin Love never made no starting lineup in no all.
And the answer to that question too, it was right in the middle of both. I said 1 or 2 games. You said 4 or 5. They 3 games better.
You asked me the difference, right?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the difference. The difference is Miami is in 9th place with Tyler Hero as their best player, which is in the play-in. The Detroit Pistons are 6th. Is the 6th
1 game out of the play-in.
Out of the play-in.
One game
it's out of the play-in. Oh, okay.
Right.
Let's see who has the better complementary players. Oh, it's Tyler Hero. He's got Bam Adebayo on his team. Where's the Bam Adebayo with
When have you ever talked about Bam Adebayo?
Okay.
Ever.
I talk about him all the time.
Oh,
he's a fraud. I talk about him all the time.
So, but now you using him as the reason. Come on now, that don't make it make sense.
I say he's a fraud when he goes up against
make sense.
When he goes up against his position with better players, the jokers or whatever. He's a no-show.
You got to use the fraud as a key cog with Tyler Hero.
Is he bet? Who's better than him on the Pistons team? Is Ivy who he lost? He lost Ivy for the rest of the season.
Jalen Duren.
Who?
Duren.
Okay. All right. Well, that's my point. They're down Tyler Hero playing his heart out, and I follow him. I was trying to explain to him. I follow him because he's from Wisconsin.
But see, and you being disingenuous. Ivy played 30 of the game so far, so he had a 17-point score on his team. He got another 16-point score, a 13. He's got a bunch of dudes who are in double figures every game.
What he had. Right,
but I'm saying you talking about the first half of the season. He played most of the damn games.
In past tense.
Come on now, he played most of the games. That's being disingenuous. He played most of the games. He played 30 of the games.
Okay.
So come on now.
Which one of these players would you rather have on your team? Cade Cunningham or Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Spider.
And you?
But see, I'm taking age and everything into it too.
Throw Jaylen Brown in there.
Cade Cunningham taking 2 more shots a game.
Okay.
Averaging only 1 more point.
Right.
Less than a point.
Okay.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Okay. And he's the point guard, so of course he got more assists. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
he controlling the rock.
He always got the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Always
has the rock.
Donovan Mitchell's team is doing much better.
Right. Much better.
Much better.
Much better than everybody, including your Celtics.
And
yeah, but this,
if we was talking MVP,
this team won what 17 games last year,
and we gave them credit for that. They're doing a good job.
Historically,
the credit for that would be that
historically they don't.
No,
historically, if your
credit
team,
is he makes the team.
Historically, if your team is doing bad, you don't get All-Star pub.
Right.
Now,
if he can build on it next year, he can make the All-Star. Right.
What'd you just say? If your team's not doing good, you don't get
if they're doing
pub.
You don't. We've seen a lot of. He's a generational talent.
Right.
That's a generational talent, man.
Okay.
That's
he's a unicorn.
Talent.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus he's
okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm just saying, man, the thing, and I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? The what you're missing in that statement is that there are players who are going to have more impact than other players. Cade Cunningham, I'm not saying he's not an all-star, But you say it's starter. We're talking about the starters at this point. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. I ain't saying that he couldn't be a reserve. Matter of fact, when we get to that point, I got him as a reserve.
Right.
I got
But
him as
a starter?
Yeah.
Because he's averaging one more point
Because
On a lesser team.
because
on a
he's
lesser
playing-
team with
because
2 more shots per
because
game.
he's playing better than Donovan Mitchell is. That's
And-
why.
Okay, we was talking about MVP. He's playing better. And what's
Cade
the
is playing better.
how?
basketball.
What's your what is your assessment of better? Why are you saying that he's doing better?
More assists, more rebounds, more points.
On more
Got the
shots.
back, he got the back.
On a bad
And he's a point guard.
On a bad team.
He's supposed to get more assists. He's the point guard.
Kevin Love, and I'm sure we can go back and look at the numbers. Kevin Love was getting more rebounds and more points than Tim Duncan at some point.
Right.
Did Tim Duncan not make the All-Star team?
Right.
Was he not a starter?
Right.
Did you have a
On
got
that
an issue with that?
on that shitty Minnesota team. He sure was. But
Same.
I ain't no way in hell you would have said it.
Cunningham,
No way in the hell. If you would have had your head examined.
Cunningham is a better player than Donovan Mitchell this year. So he's in my starting lineup. That's what I think.
Only one I got issue with, like I said, I'm with you. I would put AD in over LeBron.
I didn't even
as the
get
starter.
to my West, but go ahead.
Yeah, as a starter. I mean, the East, I'm good with the East. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't have Ant over Steph? You had an issue with that? Steph ain't doing too. Steph has had some bad games.
Yeah, he's had some.
Including the game,
some
I don't think he
awful
scored
ones,
a point.
like a awful. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, like a 0 for
The team
13 from 3
The
and
team is
one.
out of the play-in.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I can see that one.
You made me look at Steph.
Yeah, I can see that one. I can see Ant.
For my West squad, it would be SGA and Edwards in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I can see that one.
AD, KD, and Joker.
Hold on, say that again now.
SGA
Right,
and Edwards.
right.
KD,
Okay.
AD, and the Joker.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I can see that. I can see both of them changes too, man. I can see AD.
To have Bron,
AD and Ant, I can see.
That's the fans, but you know.
Yeah, I could definitely see it too.
You gotta have AD over Bron.
So your West
I
Reserve.
can agree with that. I can go with that.
Who you got?
I ain't got no issue with that.
Wemby, Bron, Sabonis,
Yep.
Fox,
Yep.
Booker, Steph, Jalen Williams for sure, and then my last one is Jaren Jackson.
I got him too.
Could have been somebody else.
I got him too. This year,
My West reserves. Of course I don't have an issue with them having the starting 5 the way that they have it. So it would be Ant Edwards, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, AD, Wemby, Şengün, and Kyrie.
See, the funny part, we discussed Şengün earlier. You know what I'm saying, on whether he could be in there. You know what I'm saying.
That Jaren,
because of it, for me, it would be more because of Houston's success. You know,
Right.
his numbers, like we talked
You got
about,
to.
are down.
They had it's
in the
just,
2 seed.
right. You have to.
They deserve
factor
somebody.
in
You're right.
team success. They've always done it. I mean, you can have your wish list and your biases, but I'm doing mine based on
you know what? I like Şengün over Jaren Jackson. Now that I look at it, because the reason being is I've always looked at Jaren Jackson's, just personally for me, I've always looked at Jaren Jackson rebounding the building, and he's an awful rebounder for him to be that big. And when you watch him play, you know, he has so many games where he hunts. Like, he plays better. He can score off the dribble now. He got this little push jump hook that he does that he's getting good at. He's handling the ball, bringing it up the floor some on plays. So he's expanding his game, but he's becoming more and more perimeter oriented.
His daddy was a shooter.
Yeah, but you know, when you're a 4 and shot blocker, you know what I'm saying? Like,
6'10",
that's the other skill. He has a skill at shot
6'10",
blocking.
6'11" with them hops.
So anyway,
Yeah, I can see it, man. Like I say, mine would be Ant. Got to go Sabonis, AD, Wemby, of course. Oh, I got to put Şengün too, man. You know what I'm saying? I got.
That's a whole bunch of fucking bigs.
Yeah.
Who you gonna have your guard?
Then I got and see I gotta have Fox. See, the last one is giving me a problem because it's coming down to, for me, Kyrie or Jalen Williams, and I'm having a hard time leaving Kyrie off.
Can't leave Kyrie off.
I don't think I can.
His numbers are crazy, but
I can't leave him off. I can't leave him off.
He's not a
force multiplier.
He's not a force multiplier as the lead guy.
But what I said is he's never been that. People tried to turn him into that. He's never been that.
Jalen Williams a force multiplier? No.
Right. He's not.
No.
Right. So who's a better cog? Do I want him at his best or Jalen Williams?
Jalen Williams is a cog. He plays defense. He's a two-way player.
That's the thing. The defense. And for me, defense is always important. So that's why. But I just leaving Kyrie off with the numbers he's putting up this year. I can't leave him off.
Kyrie off.
I just can't leave him off.
Leave him off. No, sir.
And I hate it for Jalen Williams because he deserves to be an All-Star probably this year, but I would have to leave him off this year. Because I think people are giving it to him because this is that year, that breakout year for him. So, okay, make him an all-star. Yeah. But who you going to leave off? You know what I'm saying? I can't leave Kyrie off because you having a breakout year. You know, Kyrie having a better year. If I look by the numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, that West bench was tough.
It's tough. That West is tough. You know what I'm saying? Tough. What about the East? Who you got?
Let me go with Tyrese Maxey.
This one was easier for me.
Damian Lillard. Cade Cunningham. JB, what can Brown do for you? I struggle with Trae Young, but I got to have him on there. Here's one.
It's hard to leave him off, dog.
Here's two, because I factored in you got to have bigs. Yeah. So I went with Vooch and Jared Allen.
Vucevic? Jesus Christ.
Hey, he's 20 and 10. He's 20 and 10.
Vucevic?
Vooch.
Who you got, Jared?
I ain't got no son on there. But anyway, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks.
Mm-hmm. I started to go with him.
I thought about it. Yeah.
Dame, Darius Garland. Oh, I can just say the Cavs three. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley, baby. Yes, sir.
All reserves.
That's tough. But I could dig it.
I went Darius Garland.
You got to have multiple people.
Trae Young,
Jared Allen,
Evan Mobley, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham. I gotta leave Lillard off. Tyrese Maxey.
You got to leave Lillard.
Dame Lillard.
He ain't gonna make it.
With 25 points a game.
He ain't making it. He can't make it.
You tripping.
He can't make it.
You tripping. If Dame ain't gonna be there, Wemby definitely shouldn't be on there. Yeah, I said it.
You crazy as hell. Dame can't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Is the Spurs even in the play-in?
Nope.
All right then.
Nope.
This ain't the French basketball all-star team.
It's the East. It's the East, not the West.
So who? Hold on. Did you finish?
Garland, Trae Young, Evan Mobley, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey. And see, a reason is because I really need another big. That's the biggest reason. You know what I'm saying? I need one more big. It's kind of what you was talking about. It's like, it's him. If I put Dame, then Mobley really the only big I got on the bench.
Vucevic.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
has the numbers.
Vucevic has the numbers.
He always has. That's what he. That's
and I wish my boy hadn't got hurt because it would be him. It would be Banchero if he hadn't got hurt. You know what I'm saying? I would have put him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Banchero would have definitely made it.
He would have made it if he hadn't been hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I put another small
guy? What
guy?
about them Wagner boys, Franz?
No.
They kind of fell off. They started out high.
Yeah, they fell off a little bit. One of them hurt now, I think, too.
You know, one of them is a good player.
Yeah, the other one is more of a role player.
Yeah, Mo is a role player. Yeah. Franz is a baller.
I mean, I can go Dame, but I really need another big. I'm kind of looking at the makeup of the team. You know what I'm saying? Is Dame all? Yeah, I know Dame Lillard's an all-star, but for this team, like, I need another big, but I can't see. I kind of want to go with Jared Allen because I can't put Bam. I'm not putting Bam in. I'm sorry. To me, I'm kind of with you on Bam. He ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Man, Vucevic is averaging 20 and 10, bro.
Every year, that's what he do.
Right. I was just about to say, win, don't he?
Right. On bad teams.
Right.
LA, go get him. You heard what AD said. We need another center. Go get him.
Man, I still can't believe they talking that bull.
Go get him.
But anyway, let's talk about more NBA, man. The damn All-Star game itself, man.
I thought we was going to hold off on this one until the All-Star time, but we can talk
I thought we said we were doing it, Jerry. I thought we said we was getting into
this is what I'm talking about. They be having meetings after the meeting. They be having meetings after these fucking 49ers,
But the other night,
man.
we said we was doing it.
No, we said we was going to hold off till around the All-Star break.
No, I don't know.
I don't think we did, G.
All right, man. We're going overtime. Let's go.
I don't believe we did. It's just one quick question. We can hold off if y'all want to, because we got to get into this
Let's
politics.
let the cat out of the bag, then we don't have to
No.
do it later. It's trash. Let's go ahead and do it. That need to be the trash of the day.
Because honestly, we do got to get into this politics. It's going to take us a minute. And we are running over on the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get to it.
We'll get to the
it in
politics.
a couple weeks.
Let's take out some trash, man, this week.
Yeah,
Well, I really didn't even want to call it that yet, because I don't know y'all thoughts on it yet. You know what I'm saying? The Trumpsters' first week. Let's just call it that. The Trumpsters' first week.
Shit show.
What's your impressions, bro, on the Trumpsters' first week? Anybody who want to start. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we just going to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask some questions or whatever, man. America, how do y'all feel about what's going on? What's going down? We already knew and saw what this second Trump presidency was going to be. The motives behind it all. We heard about Project 2025. Some was like, oh, there's some left-wing talking point shit. They came out with the evidence. They came out with with the report, and people still just didn't believe it. My whole thing is, when somebody tell you who they are, believe them. If it like Stephen A. always say, if it talk like a duck and it quack like a duck, it ain't a goddamn mongoose. This man has, he's adopted, if whether he's a racist or not, I can't really say. I don't know the guy. He hasn't said anything that was outlandishly, blatantly racist, but he has alluded to and he's parroted racist ideals. He's been in the company of racists, and with that in mind, when he doesn't have any principles, he's obviously an immoral guy, an immoral man. He's not tethered to any philosophy around Republican principles. And again, this is not a Republican bashing segment. This is a MAGA bashing segment. They're different. Then how can you not think that what his presidency is about, Project 2025 and whatever, is around making life miserable for black folks in whatever way, economically, politically, I ain't gonna say spiritually, because, we all from different spiritual backgrounds, but, let's start with the DE&I initiatives to dismantle DE&I. Let's start there. What do you think? What is? Do they even know what DE&I is? What are y'all concepts of DE&I? Let's start there. What is DE&I? And why has it become such a dog whistle?
To me, it was the intent was to level the playing field for all, in my opinion. So if you directly attacking it, getting rid of it completely, then your objective must mean that you don't want a level
Of diversity.
right. You
Right.
don't want a level
Right.
And
Right?
inclusiveness.
Right.
You don't. What else? What other reason would it be? So I just try to look at it in a more simplistic way. Was it? Did it have an honest purpose? Right? Yeah, it did. It had an honest purpose. Was it a need? Yes, it was most definitely a need. If you look through history, it was definitely a need. So if it had an honest purpose, if it was looked at as if it was a good plan and it was actually doing positive things with its intent, then why do we need it removed from a walk of life that you're trying to have? I just look at it like that. Simple to me.
Yeah, I mean, when it came to diversity, and see, the dog whistle part of it for UG, for a lot of MAGA people, I'm going to keep it to them. I was about to say white people, but MAGA people, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel it's about just minorities. Like, that shit's about us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You giving us something.
Black and brown.
Right, you giving us something. You're not giving me anything. Basically, you're just leveling the playing field to make sure that I'm included as well, whether it be about race, age, you know what I'm saying, and working for the same company for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Gender, age diversity, ethnic diversity. It was about all that, all the classes we had to go to and the trainings we had to do in that
multi-generational networks.
Right, all of that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just about black and brown people, you know what I'm saying? It was just making sure everybody was included at all levels, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, I don't see, and you're fighting it so hard, to me, it's just obvious. It means you don't want that. You want it to be an all boys club, your all white, old boys club. You like the status quo, and that's the way you want it to remain. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
You want the advantage,
right?
Just like that, and they, you know, like they've taken shots and have been able to weaken affirmative action.
Right. I've always said with that whole "Make America Great" thing, you could just slide the word "white" in there,
right?
And that's really what
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just slide it in there.
Man. It is.
Slide that word right there instead of "great" and put "white."
It is.
That's that's what they want.
They don't want to see.
They want the 40s, 50s, and 60s back. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to have to deal with the history of this country.
Right. And nobody's telling you. I don't feel you got to feel sorry and apologize to me about shit. I'm not looking for that. But acknowledge that the shit happened. It happened.
Make it fair. There's been systemic racism.
Right. Throughout the history of this country.
And again, like you said, DE&I does not address racial
alone. It's not just totally about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It doesn't address past thing, racial systemic racism, basically. It doesn't
going
address
forward,
that.
it says if I'm qualified to and you as a white person qualified, I get the same chance to get that as you.
And like you said, we worked in a company together for some years, for a long time. That's where we met. You know what I'm saying? We worked there for a long time. I've been in a different organization now, and I'm part of the DE&I Council.
Is your group keeping it? Is your company?
I haven't heard anything. But see, what I want to say is the dismantling or the executive order that they had about DE&I was only for the federal government.
Right.
He can't influence
tell companies what
the public sector.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we've seen organizations
drop it right
away because they weren't committed to it in the first place. And a lot of it is for their own financial fiduciary responsibilities.
Shout out Apple for keeping it.
Shout out to Apple for keeping it. You know what I'm saying?
But they know we're a big part of their base.
Exactly. And see, a lot of it is,
but shout out
they know that diversity helps.
It helps you.
It helps you to be a better organization,
right?
To improve profits,
right?
Because the more diverse,
if you're looking under every stone to try to find the right people,
the best,
exactly,
right,
across every level,
and you can cater products that everyone that and
subscribes to.
This is my whole thing about DE&I and and this is why I say it's a dog whistle, because they have the far right. From MAGA to straight Republicans who are always against DE&I in the military and all this shit in the third, it's because it's become about black people and brown people.
Right.
When, like you said, it's about a laundry list of different things, and it's never from. And I don't know 100% of the, because I'm not a DE&I employee. You know what I'm saying? That means that my main job isn't about DE&I, but I'm part of the council at the organization that I am in now that promotes activities, and any program that I've been in for DE&I with two companies, because again, when it first started out was diversity and inclusion.
Right.
It's never been about hiring practices.
Right.
As a matter of fact, most organizations, all organizations should, because of the EEOC, you cannot factor in one's race, meaning that you can't factor, because he's black.
Right.
You have to consider all applicants. It's about the mentality. It's always been about your mentality and your differences. What the differences shouldn't be how we determine or consider people for promotions, for and inclusivity within the job, and within the culture, being able to respond and recognize that we do have differences, but because of our differences, it makes us stronger.
But the crazy part is they've turned it where any black person who gets something now, you know,
is a DEI
hire.
Right.
When you hiring unqualified people to run this country right now,
exactly, totally unqualified.
You see, they rammed it through last night. Your boy for Secretary of Defense. Hegzith or whatever. I'm like, this dude is not even qualified, but you putting him in charge of defense for this nation. Unqualified, from what I hear, drunkard
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sexual offender beat his wife.
Alleged sexual abuse. I'm like, come on, dog.
I put this on Facebook. Like the dude was a 04 in the military, in the National Guard.
Right.
When the highest you can be is an 010.
Right.
And then,
what kind of sense that make?
And with these type of moves that he continually makes, you got to fast forward to the question of why.
Why?
See, that's the thing that's getting left out of all of this. Nobody, well, not nobody, but none of his people that voted for him, right? His followers, the politicians with their hands
that's behind him.
That's all with him.
The oligarchs,
no matter what he do,
the billionaire tech,
no matter
his
what
billionaire friends.
They never want to discuss the why. You can look at all these political shows when they're being asked real questions and how they avoid it. Step over it. Listen, when you put somebody unqualified at the head of defense, our country's defense, then you are putting us at risk. In my belief, and this is just me, my belief is that he's doing this because he wants somebody in there like Jerry Jones. He wants somebody in there that's going to be a yes man.
Exactly.
Oh, we know that. Fight. Oh, yeah, we know that.
He wants his war because, again, a dictator, that's one thing they got to have on their list of things to do is a war. They got to have their war. So if you hire this zipperhead Fred type of cat, then he's more likely to.
He wants his military parade.
There you go.
Because he tried to do that. It was a lot of shit, and I hope that people understand when I say this. It was a lot of shit that folks was able to stop from happening in their first presidency. A lot of shit. Y'all had to really go back and look and see other things that they say that the previous defense secretary, the previous joint chief of staff, refused to do. You know what I'm saying? He's putting people in place.
That's what
Project 2025 is all about.
He was threatening other countries in public. We'll send missiles over there as fast as such and such and such. We'll blow them off. Man, he was saying crazy.
Like I said, man, I just can't believe they really confirmed that dude. And only 3.
You can't believe it?
I thought 2 more would come to the table to stop it. I thought they would get the votes to kind of stop it.
Because
once Mitch McConnell said no, I said, okay, maybe he can drag a couple more. He did get 2 other people to say no, but that wasn't enough. I was shocked that they let this idiot go through. I said, okay, it's got to be 2 more Republicans who are like, okay,
they lock
no.
In step with this dude, man. Mitch McConnell has kind of broken, but he's still, because he's so addicted to power, there's only so much that he's going to
be willing
to buck against. He's going to, you know what I'm saying? And he probably didn't even recruit that many. He knew the numbers that needed to happen. He probably, so that we can show a good faith effort in decency and civility.
Almost denied it. We almost stopped it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just bullshit, man.
It's just, and like the ICE, what do you think about the ICE raids that started in some cities?
I have no sympathy for those being deported. I'm sorry. Hey, because you guys voted for this. He said it intentionally, what he was going to do. This was not a false flag conversation, so to speak. It's not a misdirection. This was everything he said he was going to do. From the moment he came down the mud glass elevator, that escalator, this is what I want. And it's no surprise. So the very people that he's targeting, a good percentage of them, because we don't want to say all immigrants are of Latin descent or are from Mexico or Panama or Guatemala or wherever other quote unquote shithole country.
The things I read, there was about 45% that he got, which is way up.
Way up. Way up. Than what has historically been.
I just don't understand how he convinced y'all to vote against your own self-interest.
Listen,
I don't understand it.
It's been explained on a lot of shows that I watch, and it's the same explanation kept coming out of all of them. Is they're here for better than where they were. But they immediately, just like if you you remember how just remember when the light skinned dude was in, it was a thing back in the day. It's kind of like that. They identify
With him.
with whites.
Right.
That's
Right.
why
They
I was finna get to.
identify with white.
Right.
You know, you can go back to the white is right statement. You can go back to where the white people, you know, they got the money, they got the credit, they got, you know what I'm saying? They got
Right.
all this stuff.
And our Latino viewers, let us know if we're wrong.
Associated with
Give
what?
us your opinion.
So
Anybody that know, this is my whole point. You know what I'm saying?
We welcome it.
I think it was less about the economy. They believe
I do too.
some of them just off of interviews that I saw of the independent / quote unquote undecided voters, you know, months prior to the election, June, July, when, you know what I'm saying, when it was coming down to who we knew was going to be in office after Biden into Kamala. All those interviews, they would say the same thing. The same DEI dog whistles that was being parroted from the far right. It was about two things. She was black. It was a black person, and it was a woman. That's my belief. I don't know this for a fact, but just the reasons that they were given were nothing policy based.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was all she's unqualified.
Right.
How?
Which was a lie.
How?
Right.
This is for even black people that would be in social media saying this shit. Of course, MAGA was right behind them, parroting everything. He said she's unqualified. She's a DEI hire. How so? What made her unqualified? As opposed to what made him unqualified? Somebody that's lied on his taxes.
he has no qualifications.
No qualifications whatsoever to be president of it. He's not qualified to run a fucking Waffle House. He's bankrupted several casinos. How the fuck you lose money in a casino? I do not know.
Me either.
And unfortunately, Democratic Party continued to attack the moral side.
Right.
Got to
Right.
get off this morality. That's not going.
They don't care. They don't care. His voters don't care
At all.
Morality.
I'm gonna get to that point too.
That's not the fight.
But as far as the Latins, the Latinos, and you know what I'm saying, other immigrants, of course, the other immigrants who are from European countries, they don't feel like they fit. They're not part of that. And like you said, the Latin folks are like, oh, we assimilated.
Yeah,
so
when they first started, when the rush, I don't know the year, but I remember when we started seeing more and more Latin Americans or, you know, people coming over. It used to be referred to as the new Negroes. You know what I'm saying? That used to be something we said in the community. You know what I'm saying? These are the new Negroes in the community. So if you're coming over here, once you get yourself established, do we want to be associated as the new Negroes, or do we want to be over here? And that's what it is. They rather be seen as a part of the white group than the brown.
I mean, the Christian part of me hates to see it, but my heart, I feel kind of like you, G. You get what you deserve.
You get what you deserve. Like the Joker said.
Right.
What's your boy? What was his name? On the Joker, what was his name? When he shot the dude, you've never seen Joker?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the part you're talking about, though.
I'm trying to think of his name, but at the end, when he was at the on the TV show host,
I can't think of his name though.
Damn, Alex Fleck or something Fleck.
Yeah,
whatever his name is.
But yeah, so it's like I just find it hard,
Shot him in the fucking head.
You know what I'm saying?
You get what you fucking deserve.
Well, it's not that I wanted that. I find it hard to feel any way about it. Like when they showed it, now I was happy that the school didn't let them in Chicago. I do see they tried that. ICE came to the school in Chicago, but they called the lawyers and they just told them don't let them in. I guess if they don't let you in, you can't go in. Because my thing is, what were you about to do at the school? You know what I'm saying? Were you about to take these children out of school? Like, what were you about to do?
And they don't care. They do.
That's my question about that one. What were you about to do? Right. I'm like, what were you about to do? You know what I'm saying?
Work. And some of some came out that they, you know, like the orange pickers and all of the fruit pickers in California, they didn't show up for work.
They didn't, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the price of fruit
they said
skyrocketed.
Kids didn't go to school in a lot of cases, you know what I'm saying?
The reason why you would do it like he's done it with them having immunity and that bloodshed. eventually it's going to be bloodshed over this.
But let me ask you a question.
Everybody's going to let their kid just be yanked?
Take out the fact that they voted, how they voted. Do you care if they put them out?
For the morality part of it, you know what I'm saying? I would not, because to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Well, I do understand because they don't fucking give a damn about nobody but themselves. But they killed and pillaged and raped this country. This is part of their DNA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, but that's just been the nature of this country.
Everywhere.
This country was founded and built on killing, raping, and pillaging. That's just how it is. That's the truth. That's American history, folk. If you didn't know, now you know.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? In a lot of,
and that ain't critical race theory.
In a lot of ways.
That's real world history.
Right. In a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying? These people been here before we was here. You know what I'm saying? So, again, like I said, I don't like the morality of it, but the morality of, you know what I'm saying, uprooting families that have been here, you know, should there be a process to immunization or
that's
being a naturalized citizen.
Just change it
being
going
a citizen,
forward.
Not a naturalized citizen.
Right. I'm okay with securing the border.
Yeah.
And just making people get here the right way. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
But that birthright thing, which has already been challenged in court.
It's being challenged. A lot of the executive orders
shit going to get challenged in court.
People ought to know that executive orders is just a creed. It's just a statement of the president's intent.
Right.
Because it's got to be
not law.
There are laws on the books. They're going to be challenged. So.
Right. It's going to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a moral part. And then another part. Morally, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Some of this stuff that he's just trying to do, you know what I'm saying? I find it hard to feel bad for him in those. I think he should take aim at what he did. I think it was in LA where they did the first ones or whatever. The gang members. I'm fine with that. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fine. You know what I'm saying? But
people been deporting folks for years. You know what I'm saying? It's the aggressiveness.
It's the aggressive nature of it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so, but the whole going to schools, going to school.
That's
like,
what I'm against.
What did you go to the elementary school for? Why? Why would you target that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he just has no humanity in him at all. You know what I'm saying? Towards anybody but white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest issue with him. Of course, like you said, the Project 2025, I think it's going to turn out to be his playbook. You know what I'm saying?
It's the reason why these executive orders are happening.
Right.
It's the reason why he has these appointments, people in positions that are not qualified.
Right.
And to me, the Democrats have nobody to blame but themselves. They keep playing this same, like you said, trying to appeal to people's morality.
Right. Half this country has none. I'm just going to say it.
And we see it. We know that they don't give a damn about this shit. So why should we give a damn, or why should you as the opposition party give a damn about civility, give a damn about democratic principles? Because they don't. Why are you playing the same game?
Talk to them.
Why are you going to the inauguration if you say this dude is a fascist?
Right.
And you see the things that he's done. I wouldn't have been there.
Right.
Obama keying with him. Nah, bro. I mean, I'm there because I'm the president, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying, chummy with you at whatsoever in no way, shape, or form. If I had to sit by you, fine, but don't talk to me.
Right.
You said some fucked
It's like they
shit.
keep thinking that there's a speck of morality in him that's not there. It's not there.
It's not
You're
there.
looking for something that's not there. He has none. His morals are about money and power.
They don't give a fuck about decorum, decency, or
any of that,
or democracy.
You know what I'm saying?
They've shown you that. They've re-elected a guy that tried to overthrow the fucking government.
And now you want to change the narrative on that. That's not what happened.
The Democrats trying to slow play it, try to not look like they was after him. No, man, you violated.
Right.
You going to fucking jail.
Right.
I'm trying to prosecute you the very moment we are in office.
Traitor. So we're going to prosecute your ass.
We're prosecuting you.
Right.
We being aggressive. If we make mistakes along the way, fine. You wait till the last year to put these cases on the books. The fucking investigation, y'all already had the investigation material right there.
And think about, let's say President Obama.
It shouldn't have took that long. They should have been prosecuting him in 22.
Let's say President Obama's second term, he had been convicted of a felony.
Man, they would have been trying to lynch his ass.
They would have been the man and white people wouldn't have been in such an uproar about that shit, man. It's just, I don't get it, bro. It's
so earlier, G, you said that, you didn't want to come out and say that he was a racist, we don't know in person, blah, 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 blah. So, do we look at, or do you look at him releasing most of the insurrectionists from jails, from prison? Do you look at that as him as something a racist would do, or is he looked at so much as a hero in those people's eyes that it's
If you support them, help them in any way, to me,
Yeah.
you're just as racist as they are. I'm sorry. Because you know what they are. If I support you in doing what you do, then how am I not of you?
Right.
If I'm supporting what you do. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm supporting that, I know what you are. I know what you say you are. A lot of those people who got arrested and are in prison, we know what they are. They're white supremacists. So if I'm supporting you in what you do so you can get out and go back to doing what you do, then what am I?
For physically harming police who you put on the pedestal.
Right, who you love so
Protect the
much.
blue.
Right.
You attack the Capitol building.
Tased, beat policemen.
You're let out of prison. You literally gotta get out of jail free card. Literally.
Right.
There's crimes. Are there crimes higher than? So in order for these people, just follow me. In order for these people to be punished by law and to be kept off the streets for these type of beliefs and actions, they got to do something higher than, in my opinion, they got to do something higher than attack the Capitol, right? So next has got to be
right.
Just
what about when I kill them? Can I kill somebody or blow up something?
It's got to be,
and he gonna let me out?
Next has got to be like, you know what I'm saying? If you out on that, then your next move got to be just, you about to kill people. I mean,
and speaking of overthrowing the government, what stops the next administration from trying to do some of the same shit that we know that he did? To try alternate electors, fake electors. We know he did that shit. We know he called a state secretary to find votes. That's fucking illegal, man. That's fucking illegal.
Man, all I know, country. Man, if this the first week, bro.
Yeah, fuck this country,
years,
dog.
Bro.
Fuck this country.
Long 4 years.
And fuck the people that support him. I don't give a shit about the economy or none of that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? The economy goes as, you know what I'm saying, technology and world factors influence the economy. There are some policies that could influence the
U.S. economy is fine. It will be fine.
It's going to be fine.
It will be fine.
It's cyclical in nature.
Right.
You're going to have inflation. You're going to have, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have recession sometimes. You're going to have, surpluses.
A lot of it is tied to interest rates. The economy will be fine. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, over these next 4 years, man, he's showing you who he is.
He's showing
this first week, he's showing you what he's about.
He's not for the common people. He's for these tax credits to the wealthy. The things that he's doing to try to support those things, to try to support.
The wealth gap is finna get even bigger.
Man, what you
it's
say?
About to get even bigger.
You seeing they had one executive order to eliminate discriminatory, to make sure there's no discrimination in federal contracts, which impacts black folks. For those who black folks who think that he was for black businesses.
Didn't he mentioned something before he was elected? He mentioned something about overtime, right?
Oh, they was trying to get rid of
like overtime,
right?
Blah blah blah. So for
no, he always been a fan of not paying people.
Bro,
always, bro.
You know, there are so many people that overtime is part of their survival,
right?
Like without overtime,
but he don't care about that, dog. He cares because he can't understand.
But they voted for him,
right? Because they think it's just gonna hurt us. They think what he's doing is hurting black and brown people. Bro, you're gonna be impacted as much as anybody else, bro.
Y'all get the welfare benefits too. Medicaid, Medicare, y'all on them motherfuckers too.
Right. Contrary to popular belief, not all white people are wealthy and rich. They are not. I know a lot of poor white people. And they still voted for his ass.
This man said he's not in favor of overtime, and if he makes some kind of move to get,
He's not in favor of unions. They trying to get rid of unions.
To get rid of your union and your overtime.
Yeah.
And that is how you feed your family.
And you got billionaires in the Oval Office.
You gonna have to go get
Elon
another
Musk.
job.
Who you think gonna get the country? They said he's already gotten, you know what I'm saying, like $55 billion net worth. His net worth increased by $55 billion.
Since Trump came in office.
Insane, dog. Insane, dog. It's insanity, man. But we'll definitely have more time to get into it throughout these 4 years, brother. It's going to be a lot going down.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but thank y'all for joining us, Trash Talking with the Old Heads, man. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, YouTube, Trash Talking with the Old Heads, as well as the Facebook page. Again, be on the lookout for that Patreon page that'll be coming. We are the Old Heads, man. We out of here.
Peace.